Guess what day it is?
Victory Monday.
Guess what day it is?
Victory
Yes, yes.
Monday.
Victory
Victory
Monday.
Monday! Hey, it's
Yes,
Victory
sir.
Monday. Whistle Gang is here. The gang is all here. What's really good? I got something for y'all to kick this show off. Let's go here.
Okay, let's jump into it then.
Niners, I hate
Yes.
losing.
I'm
Hey,
so
Victory Monday, man. Victory Monday. We here. We
Victory
back.
Monday.
listen, that's the worst feeling on a Monday morning heading into work in the world, bro. After a loss. I'm not lying.
For sure, that's the worst feeling there is, man.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure. How y'all doing, man? Clay, I know you was on one yesterday, screaming people in.
Hey, it's Victory Monday. It's Victory Monday. I'm here, baby. You know, life is great. Being a
Life
49er
is
fan is
good.
great. So I'm just happy to be in great company.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
say no more. Say no more.
Glad to have you here, brother.
Sophie,
So,
hello.
hello.
I do want to
how
make
you
this.
doing?
Sophie is officially my favorite 49er fan, possibly of all time, but definitely.
Let's
Is there
go.
a back? Is there a backstory to this?
Yeah, how we get to this point? Tell us. Share with the world.
You know, vibes and energy is something that I go off of, but then
Hey,
also people who are always in a positive spirit, people who are always inspiring to us. You know, Uncle P, what I always say is there are some people that you aspire to grow up and be like. She's one of those individuals.
yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I completely agree with you, man. She definitely inspiring. All the games she done been to across the states, she's definitely one of the top 49er fans that I know personally. The amount of energy, the amount of time you put into your representing the 49ers, traveling with them, yeah, I commend you. I'm
First
I'm
time I
jealous.
saw her, she had two
Man,
bodybuilders carrying her into the stadium and stuff.
we getting too much flowers right now, man. Come on. Anything you want to say to the people, Sophie? Because I don't think you spoke yet.
Hey guys. Victory Monday.
That's,
We here.
that's it. All
Thank you
right,
for the
say no
compliments,
more.
guys. That was so sweet. Thank you.
And we got my boy Steve joining us for the first time, man. Welcome to the pod.
Appreciate you.
Welcome,
What's
Steve.
up? What's up,
How you
Steve?
doing, brother? How you
Hi,
doing?
Steve.
How you doing?
What's
Good,
going
man.
on?
Yeah.
It's Victory Monday, so it's a good feeling right now, you
Yeah,
know?
that's a nice positive feeling, man. Nice positive feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice,
man.
nice positive feeling. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's give the people what they want. I guess I got to start out by saying I apologize. I was wrong. I did have us losing this game,
We.
but obviously there's always some buts. I thought we would be facing Kyler Murray. We faced Brissett. And there's some other things we'll get into, but I have to admit when I was wrong. I was wrong. We came out, we busted ass yesterday, and obviously a big part of that was the return of Brock. Now, before we get into Brock, Clay, let's not get into the Mac and Brock. Let's just focus on Brock and his return and how it went.
How
I'm gonna let
convenient.
you go, Clay, because I know you want the floor. Tell us your thoughts on the Brock Purdy return.
Well, to me, this isn't even just about Brock. This is about still the San Francisco 49ers. I think with what Brock showed yesterday, he showed that we got a all-pro tight end that won't be blocking or just at the line of scrimmage. There's going to be a quarterback that features him. What that also does is it takes some of the punishment, some of the carries, some of the load that Christian McCaffrey has to do every game. Instead of touching it 28 to 30 times, we can now begin to spread that ball out. I think with us getting healthy, I think with this, and you know I always do air quotes for this, but this offensive guru, the playbook is a little bit more unrestricted when Brock is in there. I don't like to see us, throwing the dink and dunks and things of that nature. There's a reason that Christian McCaffrey was on a historic pace this year. It's
Still
because
pacing 1,000 yards. Still pacing 1,000 yards.
absolutely, but Cal is strategic with his game plan no matter what it is. Even if
Right.
it's we got Debo and Ayuk on opposite sides or whoever the wide receivers is, he's going to get whoever he wants the ball. He can't get everybody the ball when we have our starting quarterback out. What Brock does is he settles us down a little bit And I also saw a little bit more excitement, a little bit more juice in the offense. I still didn't like a few things. I still would like to see our offensive line hold up a little bit longer, give a little push.
The line played good.
They did. They did. They did, but there were also some times where I thought Brock had to step up a little earlier than what I would like to have had him. I thought he had to kind of fishtail out a few times. I'm still a trenches guy when it comes to if we dominate the line of scrimmage on offense and defense, we should have no problems winning the game. What Brock's return also does is give us the opportunity for 30 points. In the National Football League, if you score 30 points a game, you have a great shot to win. We scored our highest point total of the season yesterday. I was talking to Pete yesterday. In the last 4 years, we are the fourth team with the most 30-point games. No coincidence that in some of those years, most of those years, we were very successful. Obviously, last year we had the injuries. This year we have the injuries and things of that nature, which slowed us down from even getting to that top 3 or even top 2 spots. What Brock does is give us the ability to put up 30 points and put us in a position to win the game.
Okay. Steve-O,
Yeah,
what's your thoughts, man, on Brock's return yesterday? You excited, man, or what?
I'm excited, but I do feel like Brock needed to get a game under his belt. So we put up 41, and that was like he didn't even have like his best game. Like he wasn't really clicking on all cylinders. And like you and I spoke before, that's my quarterback. Like I'm like with T.O. with it. Like that's my quarterback. I love him. You understand what I'm saying? And so
Steve-O, I like you already.
yeah, so like Brock, he had a couple easy ones. I feel like Brock wasn't even clicking on all cylinders. To have Kittle and McCaffrey in the game at the same time, it just opens up the entire offense, you know. And if you paid attention, Pearsall didn't even get they might have thrown the ball maybe like one time. He wasn't even involved. So wait until he get back going. Like the offense is on point. Like it's only up from here, you know. So as far as my boy Brock go, this is probably the worst we're gonna see him. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing. Like 41 and not a good game. Oh my goodness. So and then at the same time, we're
Take
gonna
that.
have to put up more points to make up for the lack of defense. You probably talk about that a little
Yeah,
later.
we're going to get into that.
Defense is that's all I
Yeah.
got to say about it. But yeah, as
Yeah.
far as my man Brock, it's only up from here.
All right. A lot of positive vibes for Brock.
Yeah.
Sophie, how was the vibe in the stadium? Brock came out. I know you sent me a video of him warming up. How was the vibes? How was the vibes in the stadium? Everybody excited?
When I say that the people were so happy to have our QB1 back in action. The vibes were so high in that stadium. There were so many of us. It was way more of us than it was of them, per usual. But it was just great to see him under center. Like Rust where? I think he did a great job for after what, six games that he didn't play. He looked real good. I mean, yes, like you guys said, there are things that he can improve, but I will take that any day for his first game being back. I loved it.
All right. Pete,
Yeah,
what's your thoughts? What's
19-26.
your thoughts, man?
Like I said before, the healthiest quarterback is what I wanted on the field. Whether that was Mac or whether that was Brock. I think they did pick a good time to ease Brock in there.
I agree with that.
He had plenty of weapons. Go back a couple of weeks where you didn't have Ricky in there. You didn't have healthier Juwan. And how would Brock have handled that? Being placed in one of those, high defensive games. Yeah, it was Arizona, but they still an NFL team. But I think they planned it, get one under his belt, had a great game, like no mistakes. So again, the health, I didn't see no interception.
Exactly.
No, he didn't have as many as attempts, but he did what he's supposed to do. You had Christian running the ball like crazy, so why Brock had to have 40 or 50 attempts? We didn't need that. So
Well, the one thing
he played
is I
Kyle's
do think he
system and he got us down the field. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think he played perfect. I do think there were some shots that I wish he would have kept, but I will say, piggybacking on what Sophie said, for the first game back to go 19 of 26, still to be working his way back with real defense that's coming at you. I thought he did a pretty good job of handling what it is because I thought he had happy feet within that pocket and wasn't necessarily stable in his follow through on his throws. But then also, I thought he was a little antsy when the pocket started collapsing and got rid of the ball in some areas where I don't think normal Brock Purdy is going to just throw a lot of those up. Yeah, we're gonna have some of those dangerous balls, but I thought yesterday he took some shots where he might have scrambled in years past.
Yeah. And it was no need to risk
I
it.
don't want
Okay,
to read.
talk to it for it. Tell us what's on your mind, baby. Talk to the people.
I want to rain on y'all Brock parade right now.
You can't.
Boy.
How about
I'm
that?
excited. Listen, I'm
Nigga,
excited.
Mike,
He's my
there is
QB.
no way.
Listen, we won the game. We won the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more of a team effort
Yeah.
than Brock Purdy
Brock, correct.
love. So
Absolutely.
let me just go with real quick. Just real quick. Scoring touchdown drive. 1 play, 1 yard. 5 plays, 70 yards. 5 plays, 52 yards. 6 plays, 31 yards. 3 plays, 38 yards. 9 plays, 39 yards. 5 plays, 14 yards. 7 plays, 45 yards. The longest drive was 70 yards. This was more about team collab, short fields, and special teams.
Okay.
He wasn't asked to do a bunch yesterday, which I agree with everything everybody said. We eased him in, perfect game. Said, hey, we're going once I saw it was Brissett and I'm like, we're gonna roll. So Purdy's gonna have a good game. So this is not the measuring stick game. I want to see him in 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks, Monday night against this Panther defense with J.C. Horn out there and them boys getting after him, who ain't gonna lay down like the Cardinals. 2 weeks from now, when we got to go face Myles Garrett and them boys, who's a top-ranked defense, and see where we're at then. Because yesterday was not a measuring stick. He didn't have to do much. He wasn't asked to do much. But if we talk about what he had to do, my man was still overcomplicating things. So when you talk about the O-line play bailing out, that was on him. He's running out the pocket. Stay in the pocket. He's trying to do too much.
That's what I said.
He threw those 2 horrible passes into danger zones that should have both been interceptions. Both of them, both times in the red zone at that. So if we was playing a competent team, we'd be having a fucking different talk right now. And I would still be screaming for my other boy, who we're not going to say his name.
Do that.
But he has to play. Our only issue with Brock is not playing within the system. Just play within the system. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to make it happen. You don't have to make it happen every time. Just play within the system.
I think he did do that. I think he did play within the system. He had a couple bad passes where he kind of just tossed it up and looked away and braced for the impact. I didn't like that. But if we got plenty of weapons. He don't have to make plays like that. You can run the ball all day through Kristen. You got Kittle. You got Ricky. You don't have to make those passes. So some passes he made, I didn't agree with.
Brad,
I say that.
There's not too much that I'm going to disagree with you on what you just said, but the theme that I'm hearing is you're underestimating that there is a thing called rallying behind your guy. In the NFL, professionals rally behind their guy. I saw a much more inspired team with Brock Purdy coming back. I
don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. They're all excited about having him back.
Absolutely. And I also
They
think you underestimate the time that it takes to get back into playing in the pocket. You play quarterback, it's a big difference when you got that red jersey on and you got guys flying at you just to tag you versus take your head off. Like P just alluded to, there were some passes he was throwing it and then kind of going for cover because he's got to get back acclimated to an NFL game, not practice, not cone drills, but actually playing the game. But don't underestimate the impact and the power of rallying behind your guy.
All right.
That's true too. Now, but
let's move on from
one more thing. Now, if we know Brock,
Right.
because he's like, not big in stature, he's been always kind of like throwing to a spot and kind of ducking for cover. He don't want to take those hits. He's always been like that. But his entire time also that he's been in San Francisco has always been the team, and not Brock. So he's always been getting that. I personally, I see more of what he's doing to run the team than just the team. But yesterday, as far as you saying, Brad, yeah, it was definitely a team effort. Special teams, definitely. We'll talk about
Correct.
that as well.
I'd like to see the wide receivers get open a little bit more too. Brad and I, we were sitting right next to each other watching the game, and people were saying throw the ball, and I'm thinking to myself and yelling out loud to
Who?
who? Because nobody's open. Nobody's
Come on.
open. And again, I also think people underestimate Kyle's ability to scheme. Yeah, number one read ain't open, just hit Christian McCaffrey. I don't think he does that with Brock, but nobody was open. BA, who's probably our best route runner on the roster, I don't know what he's going to be when he comes back, wasn't there. Didn't look like Ricky was either game planned into the system or maybe he's
He
working.
said he wasn't game planning for him because they wouldn't know
Yeah.
they'd get.
Yeah, he was just going through.
So
They're
they're
still respecting the fact.
back to, but I would like to see our wide receivers get open. Sorry.
What? All right, so let's talk. Speaking of wide receivers, let's talk about our tight end George Kittle. Monster game yesterday. 6 targets, 6 catches. I think 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, one of the things I didn't know, which is obviously an advantage of being home watching the game, even though I'd rather be at the game, is that they are now the number 2 quarterback tight end duo in San Francisco
right.
history. With 20 touchdowns. And I didn't realize Alex Smith to Vernon Davis had that many touchdowns. I think it's 30 or something like that.
What?
Well, those were the years that
Oh,
we had
God.
like no receivers. We were treating Vernon like a receiver.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't remember that. Like, yeah, Alex Smith
So you know,
like
Vernon
that.
Davis was going to the Pro Bowl. Like those years when we weren't doing anything,
Yeah.
Vernon was still. He was like him and Patrick Willis was like the only 2 Pro Bowl players that we had. So Vernon was getting like 12, 13 touchdowns a season. Like he was getting it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just forget. But Purdy and Kittle are on their way to becoming the number 1 duo. Thoughts on Kittle's performance yesterday? Anybody else performance on the offensive side of the ball, Pete?
I'm just grateful we got Kittle involved because I mean it was a couple games he had 1 catch, like maybe 2 targets. Just to see him like moving us down the field and getting in the end zone, that was great to see that. I think we're heading in the right direction with them too. So they gelling right at the perfect time, right at the end when we need these last couple games going into this run. So I'm glad
Getting
they gelling.
healthy.
Yeah,
What about you, Sophie? Anybody on offense? Kittle, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, specifically, I just love whenever they involve Kittle. Like whenever we do that, I feel like we can't go wrong. It's always a major advantage. Like I
Correct.
think also the other players really feed off of it too. Like we were talking about Pearsall. Like, yeah, I don't think he caught anything, but they still had to respect the that he was on the field. So then that helps and opens it up for the other players too, right? So the band's back together. We're getting healthy on offense. So I'm feeling good about it.
What
Piggybacking
about you,
off,
Steve Blow?
Personally, I think that George Kittle epitomizes who we are as a team. He's the heart and soul of the team. When I think about San Fran, I think about Kittle, like the wrestler, like the Stone Cold
Yeah.
Steve Austin. Like, give me 2 beers, chug them, go out there and run over 5 people. Like George Kittle is my guy. You understand what I'm saying? He is unguardable. He is the toughest. He's the hardest blocker. He is everything. And if you realize, everything opened up for CMC when Kittle got back. So you put a linebacker on him, they too slow.
Correct.
You put a DB on him, they too small. Like, he is unguardable, and the only thing that can stop him is
Correct.
himself. So as far as my man Kittle,
Injured.
as long as we got him, we have an automatic mismatch. And so the offense is clicking on all cylinders. So if we can get that one wide receiver to gain some separation, we're unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. What you was about to say?
no, he took the words right out of my mouth. I was telling P, Kittle is my favorite 49er for the longevity of success that he has had, but also he is not only one of those guys that you don't have to question if he's going to play 110%, but he is also a rallier of the troops where you may see them at a Golden State Warriors game together. So that off the field stuff kind of trickles down to the on the field stuff. And I think having a guy like Kittle and that entire offensive skill group helps out tremendously.
What
Feel you on
about
that one.
what about the B-Rob and CMC combination yesterday? 8 carries for one, 13 for the other. How y'all feel about that? Seems like they got B-Rob involved
Sure.
early.
I don't like it. I
You
don't
don't
like it,
like
man.
it.
What?
Nah,
Why?
cause B Rob needs to be. He should have been in the game third quarter. We up. Like, there's no
Oh,
need to keep running Christian in the ground like that, Cal.
So
Get them other people some
I
run.
agree.
I'm
You got
talking about
Garendo. I'm just saying, yeah,
Listen,
you just running Christian in the ground.
that
Like,
that
I don't
Hey,
that
like that.
a lot of feelings here.
With
You
all
say the combo. It ain't no combo, man. That's lopsided, bro.
We
what you mean
wanted, but
last
I
week? Hold
the
on.
combo.
Last week it was 9 carries, 12. It was 9 carries for B Rob, 12 for CMC. This week is 8 for B Rob and 13 for CMC. That's a good balance.
I like
All
that.
you want is B Rob to get about 8 to 12 touches a
Yeah,
game.
I like that.
with all due respect, gracious host, I am with P. Davis, and I know
Wait,
we
hold on,
didn't-
but we talking two different things. I'm not talking end of the game strategy. I'm
Yep.
talking
me either.
the.
Me either. Me either.
All right, so go
I don't
ahead.
like that. Okay.
So
What I'm
as
saying
far as the
is,
past
you're
3
talking
games,
about 2 weeks in an entire season so far. When we have known that Kyle over the last few years has not been so gracious with that second running back, and he is known to
Right.
put too many carries on CMC. I'm not gonna get to the fourth quarter because I know P alluded to that and my thoughts, but I do think these last 2 games don't dictate who Kyle is as a play caller when it comes to CMC.
What you about to say, Steve-O?
Show me
I
more.
was gonna say, the goal is to get him 10 carries a game. That needs to be the goal. You know, get him involved. Give him. I would even go as far as to give B Rob an entire drive. You know what I mean? Like when we had Elijah Mitchell, I wanted Elijah to just put his stamp on the game. You know, give him an entire drive. Let him rock. Let CMC rest. Then put him back in on the next drive. Let him do like 4, 5, 6 plays in a row. You know, let him get going, and then bring Christian back. This isn't. I keep saying this. Sometimes Kyle coaches like he be playing a video game. If one of the players, like if CMC gets hurt, he can go and press reset and start it over. Like, no, this is a real live game. Don't run the guy in the hole. To get 25 to 30 touches a game is insane. You understand what I'm saying? It's insane. Your body
Yeah.
is going to
in the
sore
NFL.
throughout the entire, to the point that where you can't even practice throughout the week because you're so sore. No. So let's do
Correct.
15 carries for Christian, 10 for B Rob. Let's do it just like that because he already gonna get 10 catches, you know. So let's do it like that.
And by no means am I saying do I need a split in the carries, but in a game like yesterday, there should be a closer matchup. If we're working Brock Purdy back, we should be taking some mileage or at least changing the oil on Christian McCaffrey in a game like yesterday. It's a runaway.
I agree. I agree with P was saying if you want to finish it up, P. But now in the fourth quarter, games in hand, and it's not just yesterday. It's a
It was
bunch of
Thursday.
games like this.
Correct.
I was chewing
B
Kyle out.
Rob, Garendo, and them boys be getting
I was
carries,
chewing him
chewing
out.
up the clock.
It was 6 minutes on the clock, and I was giving it to him. And I was like, if you don't get him out of that game, like that last touchdown, he should have not been in that game. He shouldn't have. Because if had he had
Shouldn't
There
have.
was no
hurt,
point.
the
No
whole
point for him
world
to
would
be
have
in
been
there.
gotten on him. It was 6 minutes left on the clock. Get him out of the game, man. We are up by 3 touchdowns. What are you doing? You know? So that Kyle, this is not John
agree.
Madden, man. This is not Madden.
And since we are talking about the end of the game stuff, Brad, I hated it because CMC, I know we're all in it for the records and we want him to get the Hall of Fame stats and things like that. He got his 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown early. So he did his work. In that third quarter, when it got out of hand, we didn't need to just keep giving him the ball or whatever the case may be. The other portion of that is over these last few years, we've never known who our second running back was until CMC got hurt. I
Because
think
there is none.
but has been we had Mason who was third leading rusher in the league at one point, but
And
soon
he was
as
a dog and he was riding the pine.
CMC comes back, he gets 0 carries. I think yesterday was a day you figure out who your second running back is. Can he catch out the backfield? Is he between the tackles strictly? You know what I mean? And does he run better behind Trent or Pony?
Yeah, I think just because that's what we know Kyle is known to do, I don't think that makes it right though. I do want to see the running back by committee. Like I do want to see both of them. I'm not saying that the splits have to be like the carries have to be even, but I want to see B-Rob more involved. I need to see it. I need to see it.
All right, well, let me tell you something that you did see yesterday live in person. You seen us give up an NFL record 47 completions, 57 yards, I want to
7
say.
yards. Almost 500.
I'm waiting on this
Ain't
one.
no
I was waiting
record.
on this one.
What?
Yeah.
Let's just say 100 of it was garbage time yards.
It was more than that. It was
No,
almost
he
it was
had-
almost 200.
But
had
he was
300 in the-
very efficient still, completing
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
everything. My 4-year-old son was out there catching passes yesterday. What's your thoughts on the defense, man? How, Sophie, how are we going to win like this?
Well, we're going to do exactly what George said after the Rams game. The offense is going to have to score at least
Score.
30 to help the young defense
Every game.
out. And what
Every
do we do?
game.
And
Have
what
you
do we
heard that
do?
before?
Every game, Sophie. We got to score at least 30 points or more. Every
And
game.
you got to
Sophie.
think about it. It's been rare that the offense for this team has been the one to carry the team. It's only been in like maybe last year because we weren't that good of a defense where the offense did have to do more like the year before that. But that's fine. We have a young defense, but I'm going to need the offense, which has a lot of the vets, to do their part and help the rookies out. Help us out. Do your job, please.
Devo, what you was going to say, big dog?
Listen, you know, our backup Mike linebacker got hurt yesterday. Okay. And he's going to be out
Yeah,
for
we
about
are.
3 to 4, you know, a high ankle sprain, that's 4 to 6 right there off top. And really and truly, it never heals up until after the season is over with. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they
Yeah.
kind of put themselves in a defense to where, you know, we want to keep everything in front of us. 5-yard passes, we're going to give you that. We're going to let you catch it. We're going to tackle. We're playing with like a makeshift defense. I mean, we have no pass rush.
Yeah.
We have a backup to the backup, Mike linebacker. Our safeties, they not playing up to par.
We put no pressure in the backfield on the quarterback.
Not one
See, I don't
snap
think we got
yesterday.
Not
one
one,
snap,
not no
no
pressure.
pressure, no nothing.
That's embarrassing.
And it's like they're just out there like I'm looking at my D line lining up and they're like just rushing and rushing and rushing. And they're getting nothing.
Yo, brother,
Nothing.
speaking of this D line, can somebody get Keon White some gloves, please? Cause he look like a football player out there. My man got no swag.
That's
My
right.
man look he. Hey, if y'all into baseball, you know Eddie Murray used to bat with no gloves.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro, get my man some gloves out here. But he was getting roasted. He was getting pancaked the whole night. I'm sending him back to the Patriots. Give us our pick back. And he was out there getting
When it
barbecued.
comes
But
to
Pete,
pass-
man, what's up with this defense,
Pass
man?
rush.
Hey, and them boys couldn't tackle yesterday. What's up with that?
No, they want to pull somebody down. They want to hit the man. Use your body. Stop tackling with your hands. Like, I don't get it.
Wrap
And you
up.
letting wrap up. Yes, exactly. I see a lot of missed tackles. I saw the quarterback just picking us apart. He was picking his little spots to dump the ball into, and there was nobody there for 5-6 yards. And they was picking us apart for 400 and something plus yards. And that's
It was terrible.
Arizona. That's Arizona. So just imagine when it come down to it, and we got to face a real high-powered quarterback. Like, somebody's gonna eat us up, right?
Without their top 2 receivers, by the way. Go ahead, Sophie. You about to say something? Go.
I feel like Jacoby Brissett is not a bad quarterback though. Like I
Mhm.
know,
But
like,
he was throwing the ball to me and Clay.
and
No disrespect, Clay.
I've been
Hey,
having
Clay.
Clay.
I hear you. How did I throw you in it, Clay? How you threw you like that?
saying. I'm just saying. Drew had 15 catches for 175
Yeah.
He's
yards.
not even like that.
Yes.
He's not like that. Nah.
No,
see what I'm
nowhere like that.
The positives, though, we had 3 turnovers yesterday. Lenore got one, Mustafa had one, and then we
Fumble.
had the fumble, which was a big play by Stout. And, and one of y'all was, who was it? Was it UP talking about you hate Stout? Somebody was saying they hate him.
No,
Who said that?
I hate Green. I hate Green.
Green?
Green gets toasted every
About Stout, and then boom, they go to fumble.
Yeah.
My man.
love Upton.
I
Well,
dislike
Skylar,
Zaire Brown. Get him out of there. I do not like him.
Yeah. Siegel should be starting.
Siegel.
Siegel should be the starter.
Siegel is my guy. I don't know why they keep putting.
Siegel
The
should
only
be the starter.
explanation is that Fred is not there and Siegel is a rookie. That's all I can say. Because Fred is the quarterback of the defense, so you had to take the rookie out
Correct.
because Fred is not there. So that's the only explanation.
Correct.
Siegel's that guy. I like him.
Hey man,
I don't know why y'all arguing about
shout out
who's
to Moore, man.
starting because
Shout out to Moore. Hey, shout out to Moore on the positive side, man. I think he set the tone for us with that run back, man. Shout out to
Scholar?
Moore.
Yeah, okay.
He let me down. He have it tight when they get them kickoffs some games, but he did his thing,
Yeah.
man. I wish he would have got in the end zone, but he set the tone for us.
We
in my
thought he
opinion.
did in the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
He
can
yeah.
go
set
with
the
that.
tone.
yesterday was another game where I am pounding the table, and I told Brad this yesterday. This is why we should have went and got somebody at the end of the trade deadline. And I know some people have different feelings. If this is what you're saying, Brad, that the season is over, no, we can't make the playoffs, we can't make the Super Bowl, then you get a jump start on the offseason as fast as possible. And then if you are getting these rookies and young guys more playing, get them real plays where there is a pass rush and they're not covering for 6 seconds. Get them in a position
agree
where
with
they
that.
are
Amen.
actually being who they should be and who we drafted them to be. There's no NFL wide receiver that you can cover for 6 seconds. I don't care who you are. And our
Agreed.
D linemen are just getting pushed all over the field like they are Pop Warner D linemen.
It's laughable.
And the one thing that I will always say, I do love Lynch, but sometimes it's just head scratchers where I wish I could just be a fly on the wall and see him make calls because I'm not sure he's making calls. At least make them say no. If there's a guy that is the DN in Cincinnati, their season's over for the most part, man, call. Say, hey, 4th round pick, okay, 3rd round pick. If they say no, they
was
say
holding
no.
out. They was holding out
get
for
it.
like a 1. What's
Say
this
no.
a rental?
I get it. Make them say no. There's always every year a head scratching trade that you're like, how did that happen? Make them say no. If they say no, call for somebody else. Max Crosby, whoever.
But how you know Lynch didn't make the call? They said,
Falling.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
saying
what I
they making
just
the
said. I
call.
wish I could be a fly on the wall because I don't know
okay,
if
you
he
get
is.
to that. My bad. My bad.
You want
did say that.
confirmation.
You did
Yeah,
say
I
that.
got it.
I
Yeah.
want confirmation.
I got you.
So all right. So let's talk. I think Steve-O kind of mentioned it earlier, but it's not a 49er game unless there's some injuries. And unfortunately, we have some more injuries yesterday. Tatum Batum, the backup to Fred, goes down, ankle sprain, going to be out a few weeks. Eddie P is out. He's going to be out week to week, hamstring. I say bring back Moody.
You done lost your
Wrong with
mind.
you?
You done lost your mind. I wish we would.
Positive,
we
though,
don't.
Curtis Robinson came in. He had like 12 tackles. I think like 7 solo. I'm not sure because
11.
it's not Fred Warner. Like we've been playing with Tatum so long, there's really gonna be a drop off between Cedric and Tatum. I think the scary part now would be special teams, the kicker. What's your thoughts on these injuries?
Relating to what you just said, I'll go for 2 every touchdown. We'll put Garendo in there, go for 2 every dang on 4th. Every play, every time we score a touchdown, put Garendo in there and go for 2 before we
That
bring in Moody. Ain't no way, never.
Cardinals fans were so mad that we were going for 2. They didn't
Yeah,
understand why. So I had
They
to
didn't
tell
know
them, I'm
why.
like,
Eddie
our
got hurt.
kickers.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
Do we know when he got hurt? I'm about the hype on
The
those kicks.
second
as well.
Kittle touchdown.
Okay.
He got hurt on the second touchdown.
So those mixed extra points had nothing to do with him possibly being hurt.
Well, the second one, that's when he got hurt on it.
Gotcha. But in terms of these injuries,
No, it's going, Steve-O.
Exactly.
It's free.
Right.
this
Nah, they
one,
got some guys coming in.
this
No,
one
Moody
is
Because
Definitely
they're
not going backward.
oh, that's better.
Moody just started with the Redskins or the Commanders. I'm sorry, but
Him
he
and
just
Debo
signed,
back together.
he just signed with the Commanders. He'll be kicking for them this week.
Wait. I thought he was in Chicago.
They
He-
signed him off the Chicago practice squad.
My God. He had another team already,
2 days.
and you want him back. Man, hey,
My
Brad.
man
you
got
know-
talent.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
you
Come
know,
on.
joking with the Moody stuff. But
Yeah,
on a
you're not.
serious note, I mean, we are playing the Panthers Monday night, which we'll get into Thursday night, our preview episode. I think it's gonna be a tough battle, and obviously special teams play a major role. You know what I'm saying? We need a reliable kicker. Now they are gonna bring in a few kickers, I think, tomorrow to kick, with one being Matt Gay. I believe Matt Gay is one or something like that. But either way, all I'm trying to point out is like it's just like how we found Eddie P, and Eddie P's been automatic and very good for us. I mean, this could be problematic. I mean, obviously young defense, gives up a lot of points already. We need a reliable kicker.
We do.
And
Because we was out. We ain't had one for a couple years, so we definitely need a reliable kicker.
And look, and like Nick says, shout out to Nick. Purdy, we're gonna just kick field goal. We're gonna kick field goal with Purdy. Purdy kick field goal. That's an inside joke. I gotta be there, man.
Gotta be there.
What about some game balls, man? Game balls. Only one. You only get one game ball for the whole team. Who we giving them to? I'll start with you, ladies first. Game ball.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna have to give it to Sky. Sorry, P, because I feel like you might have wanted to give him the game ball, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Sky because yeah, he did set the tone.
He did.
The crowd went crazy when that happened. Like, and I do feel like it just set the tone, and we did what we did.
All right, I like that.
Correct,
What about
correct.
you, Steve-O? Game ball. Who you give game ball to? I got one off the wall too. Yeah, they get nasty. No, we like it. We like it. Clay like talking about the Princes. Clay, who you got? Who your game ball?
For me, this is going to be a little bit off the wall as well, but I'm giving my game ball to our special teams coach. I think for a few reasons, and one of the things is you alluded to, we had short field for a lot of that. Some of that was aided by our special teams production. B-Rob had a nice return there. Obviously, the one right off the bat. Also think we did a fairly good job of just making sure they didn't get, loose in that. I can't say the same for the defense. So I think, that special teams was probably our best defense that we put out there on the field.
Yeah. P, game ball.
Shout out to Sophie for taking my pick. I'm gonna go Kittle, man. I'm gonna get the ball to Kittle.
Ain't none of y'all
nailed it
give the
down.
ball to your man Brock? It's crazy.
You stupid,
You
man.
said only one.
You being funny right now. You being funny right. We was hoping you was gonna get it to him.
Never. Not till we get the ring. Go ahead, P. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said Kittle, man. I'm good. I was gonna go Lenore because I hadn't seen him pick. He almost tried to take it back,
Yo,
but
North did up like 200 yards yesterday.
yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Kittle, man.
Yo,
Game ball to Kittle.
I'm gonna give my game ball to two dudes side by side.
You said one.
Yeah,
One.
no,
I mean, one ball. They splitting it.
I wish I would have known that too because mine goes
No,
to
but
Sky and Brock.
they play side by side. But this is more of encouragement. I hope they see this. But this is for my man CJ West and Alfred Collins. Second round pick, third round pick. Did they get to Brissett yesterday? No. But the one thing we didn't talk about is our run defense. And the run defense yesterday was very solid. It was very good.
Correct.
And they got pressure right up the middle. CJ West was clogging shit up, doing exactly playing that DJ Jones role in that defense and being that big stout guy in the middle. Collins is shit bigger than him. And Alfred Collins came in here and did some things. He got a hand on a pass. But he's been playing solid. He's coming off a hip injury or something like that.
Mhm.
But both of them dudes, rookies, I'm loving it. Just like we talked about Siegel, we talked about Stout with the really this rookie class. And then shit, I forgot. We didn't even talk about Nick Martin. Nick Martin had 7 tackles yesterday. You see what I'm saying? And we can't mention them so much shit. Like this class, and this is why I keep telling you, this is why I'm so excited to see Fred back next year and Bosa with these dudes getting all of these reps. And then another rookie class and some free agents to add to this. I think this defense, and then hope in solid stage, this defense could be nasty next year. But
Brad,
You
I'm
keep
about
that's
talking
what my
about
game
the
to
future
board
though.
goes
put
You
to.
it in
keep
my
talking about
mouth, swallow it, and throw up again for you talking about defense, anything after they are giving up 47 completions. And
The
D-line,
hard defense.
not
D-line
as
Hard
much on
defense.
looks like
offense,
they're
Clay.
sled drills. The D-line looked like the sled that offensive linemen push down the field. I get that you're excited about. I don't see the push. I don't see the impact that they're even having legitimately on the run game because they also have their running back out for the year. Like, and he's a
But they
stud. Connor is a stud. I think if they had a running back who was actually able to run the ball, see the holes, and be in sync with his lineman, you would be having a different conversation. You and I were sitting almost 2 feet away from each other, and we were saying the same thing. There's no pressure. Where's our D
yeah,
line?
but I'm not talking about the pass rush. I'm talking about the run
So half of their
ability.
job
And,
they did is what you said. Half their
huh?
job they did is what you said. Now, Sophie, I don't know about you,
Why
but
is Sophie laughing?
half my job, I might get fired.
Yeah, yeah.
Back you up on that, Brad. I think we have been solid on the run defense. I mean, as far as getting to the quarterback, nah, we hadn't. But
No.
we've been
Who was
containing the
the running
run. We've been containing the run okay, though.
Who was the
But
running
our
back?
Listen,
defense,
Cardinals, P.
it don't matter. Listen, everybody out there watching,
Arizona,
make sure everybody out there watching, man. Y'all drop who y'all get your game ball to for us.
Pick
Also,
Brock. Pick Brock.
make sure that you are subscribed to the Whistle Game Podcast on YouTube and you following us on all social media platforms.
Like, comment, subscribe.
hey, I enjoyed this one.
I like
No,
it.
man. Yeah, man. We definitely will, man.
Absolutely.
Clay, you got something for the people, man. You was screaming yesterday.
Yeah,
Go let out
want
your
to go.
Mac.
No, I want to go serious on this one. I want to say shout out to the Niner Empire of Charlotte who donated a great amount of food to some of the underprivileged or just some of the families that may be in a tough situation at the given moment. For one of the schools that I serve, Mallard Creek STEM Academy. For those of you who did donate canned goods or anything else, I truly appreciate it. The families that will be receiving those items not only will appreciate it, but they deserve, some goodness in their life. So, kids don't
Absolutely.
ask to be born, but what you are doing for some of these kids who are McKinney-Vento, for those of you who don't know what that is, it means they are either displaced or homeless. Some of these kids may be sleeping in cars or bouncing from relative or family friend to another person. To be able to give a kid hope is the only thing that we can do in this life. So I want to say shout out to my Niner Empire of Charlotte family. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
See, Sophie, we do good stuff out here.
I never said you didn't.
I know you see us, you see us in these cities, you think we just turn up, turn up, turn up. See, we do good stuff when we home.
Yeah, we do.
What up, Sophie? What else you got to say to the people?
Oh, for the people. What's my message this time? Oh, okay. So there was an Arizona player that was down. He was hurt on the field. And then our fans started chanting, "Go Niners." Guys, let's not be
Okay.
those people. Let's not be those people. That's, I hate injuries for our team. And these are people at the end of the day. They got families. This is their livelihood. If a player's down on the opposite team, maybe that's just not the right time. That's all.
Sophie. I'm so glad to always have you on here. I'm glad I got you on here tonight because before the Panther game, I might not get to talk to you. But can you please do me a favor? Can you
Yes.
please do me a solid? When you get to Levi, can you get the fans out they seat and cheer on their team? Because that irked me to my core to see people sitting down.
Yeah.
Cheer for your team. I don't care if we're on offense. Please cheer for they can feel that energy. Anytime we're in an invasion, we're in another city at a game, they feel our energy from the stands, whether it's defense or offense. I don't get it. I was surprised that folks were sitting down and enjoying the game like it was some golf. Who's quiet? Who's
That's because I
quiet at
wasn't
the
there.
football?
Because
Yeah,
I wasn't there. Section 102 be popping. Section
Hey,
102. Shout out
So,
to my
um,
section 102.
our section,
man, get to him. Okay?
Rissy,
Sophie don't be live. She don't get in the hype. You know I be getting the crowd hype. Section 102. is where it's at. Don't worry. Don't
First of
worry.
all, don't listen to Brad. Don't listen to Brad.
I get them hyped. You see me in Houston, I got everybody hyped. I told the dude in front of me, watch this.
I did not.
And then I proceeded to go to sleep in the second quarter. But anyway,
stuff.
listen. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe,
Yes.
comment. Tell us what y'all liked about the game against the Cardinals. Tell us the things y'all didn't like. Tell us what we missed. Let's talk about it.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
discuss. We love
Hey,
y'all. We
thank you for
appreciate y'all.
everybody. Thank you for everybody joining us today on the show. Peace.
Yeah. Peace. 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 Peace.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it. Thank you